Alright, hello everyone. Today I'll be going over my fur making process. I will be showing you how I do my fur sculpting. It's not necessarily like something you have to do, it's just the way I approach things. Thank you so much for watching. I would like to thank my Patreon supporters who make all this possible. Without them, I would have zero incentive to be making these long form tutorials. They really do incentivize me, and so I would love for you to join. We have feedback channels and a lovely community over on the Discord. It's a really cool niche community at the moment where we have suggestions for what I should sculpt next. Also on Patreon, I have a poll every month if you would just like to join for free and vote for that. I have pretty much everything I've sculpted recently is because of you guys. This is the Patreon page where I have two tiers. For right now, I have plans to open more in the future. So either it be a 3D print section or a physical thing remains a future. For now, I'm sticking to video content, early access to the videos and the Pookie section, access to my Discord, which has like a ton of feedback channels, and also a sticker tier if you want to receive a physical sticker in the mail. Also, this is this month's sticker club. Ooh, let me scroll up. There you go. I sculpted each individual sticker, and this will be available as a sheet for the March people, and I'm working on another one for next month if you would like to join. I'm starting to become more open to doing 3D stickers as I see that people do desire them. Alright, to start off, usually I will, start off with your model. I usually like to keep things separate, so I'll have like a separate folder for the fur. To create folders, you can, Control F, and everything that will be below it will be in that folder. So I mean, you can just split those things off. Usually I'll just do that for the fur specifically, just because then if you want to like sculpt underneath the fur, it'll all be in that one place. All right, and you need to remember to delete the lower subdivision. So you could just, on my UI, you can go there, or you can go into geometry and just delete lower right there. I use my own hairbrush to make my fur. This is not sponsored, it is sponsored by me. This is just something I use because I'm comfortable with it. You can use whatever. This is something I do personally. Again, don't have to do what I'm doing, but it's just what I use, just because I like the crease on the brush here, and also the shape is something I like. Some people don't like that, some people like to get rid of it and then sculpt on top of it. This is just the way I do things. Again, you don't have to do what I'm doing. So here I just did I took Control W to create the polygroups, and I'm just going to mask out the ends here to polish by features, just to get a nice sleek look without ruining the geometry of the end. Like I really want a thin end, like a really small point. Hello future Chloe. I realized when I was editing this video, I forgot to mention that I use dynamic subdivision when making hair and fur. I do this because it allows me to preview what the hair will look like. I keep it up here to make sure I know it's on. Hello Sam. I keep it on because you don't want it on when you actually go to divide it, so just keep that in mind, that it might be turned on when you divide. It might, we go to divide, it will try to, oh, see Sam's tail's in the way. It will be slower than usual, so just make sure you turn that off. So usually I will just turn all these off, merge visible, or merge individually, either one. And then you can go here, insert. I might have to re-record this because Sam's here. And then you can just divide up. Oops, forgot to turn off. Sam! Hold on. Turn it off. Oh wait, something's masked. Hold on. Okay, there you go. And then you can paint on it. So this is how I will paint certain highlights on fur and hair with a subdivided mesh. Just make sure that nothing's masked and dynamic is turned off. And then I'm just gonna squish it, and then I'm gonna zoom out and then scale it up a little bit because these are clumps. You can demonstrate what that will look like when you're done. So depending on like what you want to go for, I'm gonna extract a piece out here. You actually use a little placeholder for that shape. Usually I don't, just because I'm a bit more experienced, but if you need like a bit of a guide, you can extract and then, you know, move it if you want like a really... This is just a guide, it's not the main shape. The hair is not too crazy, like since he's a deer, it's not too fluffy. So I'm just gonna actually adhere a bit closer to the skin and then hide these. And then I'm gonna duplicate these pieces. Alt to click on the hairpiece and to scale it up. Alt, drag on it to position, turn. I like to sink the ends into the skin like that. And now we can start duplicating. Take it and control drag. And then sometimes I'll just go with the move brush, pull it out, alt, pull on it like this to pull it towards you. Really helpful trick I learned super early on. Make this one actually a bit bigger. Make sure I'm following the line, the imaginary, you know, curvature. There you go. Sometimes I'll take the patches and just duplicate them underneath each other. Too like to keep it simple, so this will just be one by itself instead of just doing. This is what I was taught at one point, is make this one clump. I'll just do one hair piece as one hair clump. So you see what I'm saying? Like this to me can get kind of complicated. So like this whole piece, it's a look. I used to use this a lot. I don't know, I learned to simplify. Really use what I have, and actually I'm gonna back face mask. Make sure I'm not hitting the too much, so I pull this down to fill in that space a little bit. I'm problem solving with you guys. Alright, then I'm just going to actually, I don't like that. I'm gonna adhere more to the skin. Oops. There you go. And what you can do now too is I'm taking the rectangle, I'm Control Shift clicking on it. So I take it, I click on it, I can mask, and then flip it. So Control clicking on the outside. I do use mask by polygroups sometimes, but this method is just way more used to and easier for me to see, easier for you to see what I'm doing. So since they're all different polygroups, you can turn all this all the way on, and you can like move each one individually without affecting the other one. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to use this. Also sometimes I don't turn it all the way on, so it might be at like 83, and like that could mess with the other ones if it pulls on the other ones if it's not 100%. There are plugins that fix this, but again, I just kind of like to, for simplicity's sake and for my sake, I like to use the masking trick. Use whatever you're comfortable with again. Looking at my gaps here, and I don't really like the shape that's coming out. I might just pull it up a little bit. Okay, and then for some variation, what you can do is take the move brush and just tweak pieces to get a bit more organic feel, because looking at my hair, my fur, you can see I'll have some going down this way, I'll have some going up, some standing out, and this creates a more organic feel to the model. Pull this out a little bit, get a bit bigger. Save yourself some time by not making thousands of little individual pieces. It's never too small. Yeah, that's actually looking really good. I kind of like this piece, so I might keep it. Again, we're gonna make the folder for the third for my sake. Control F for tutorial. Showing those. Placing, it's a very tedious process. take your time with this. You know, zoom out, see if you like it. I think these need to be a bit more inflated. Yeah, let's do that. Let's inflate them. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask out the ends. Make a bit more. Wait, I want to mask out this part. That looks better. Again, if you think this is a bit too sharp, you can decrease the crease level. I like to keep it fairly high, just my preference again. Don't like that look. You do you, boo. Alright. Let's just... I really just want to speed this up, but you're gonna stick with me the entire way. Control, dragging, duplicating, and holding your hand. Again, usually I have a bunch of reference up. Let me just show you that real quick. Here is the my sculpt as reference, because it's the easiest to get permission to use. But you can see here I like to draw sort of the shape. You see around here. Actually, this one's kind of a bit wonky, so I'm just gonna hit smooth on it. Oh yeah, that looks fantastic. Look at that. Just like the little bump right here. Just needed a bit. Beautiful. Look at that. This is a great tutorial. Alright, you may think, oh Chloe, like why does this look so weird right now? Well, it's because we haven't sculpted the fur transition, so I just reconstruct the subdivision. And basically what I'll usually do is, there's a number of methods you can do. So you can usually start from like a low subdivision. This is turn into a sculpting tutorial. Alright. And you create a transition mesh using this model to give the illusion that this is a part of here. Again, it isn't, and we're working with what we got. So you can see I am placing, you can also mask this out to kind of adhere to the shape, and then I will actually go in. It is mirrored, okay, good. And just push it in. I see this on, I don't see this on sometimes, and it really is jarring. So just create that little transition, and so then once you have those messily done, you can take like some brush like Zbrush, standard, and you can kind of tighten up the ends a little bit. So let me switch to my pen. Hold on, I kept using the mouse. And then just kind of alt drag on it so I can, you know, get that nice sharp. And take your time like doing this too. Whenever after you finish these pieces, it's a good little fun puzzle, like the final puzzle of the whole sculpt. Kind of sort of matching these underneath. It doesn't have to be like 100% perfect. Like you don't have to get this exact look here. I'm sort of drawing out the shape, smoothing out if it's too jarring. Yeah. But let me finish these fur pieces. Let me see. Control, drag, and then drag up. Twist it. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. That is coming along nicely. Smooth it out. Every piece I would say is different. My Negan sculpt, she had like a very bush, you know, fluffy kind of look. Let me pull that up. All right, to create the ones in the middle, usually I'll just take like this patch or a singular one and I'll mold it into the shape and color it a different color. Because on deers, I don't even know if this is a deer, okay, this is a bad example, but usually they'll have like a white chest. Why is that one doesn't have one? Out of all the deer on the Purov. Alright, and then I'm just going to split a mast and then smush it in. And then the trick to the middle fur is usually it's asymmetrical, so when you mirror it, usually I'll create some overlap. Let's see. I'll make these a bit bigger too. Let me delete some of these, delete hidden. They're white. Yeah. Tweak it a little bit more. There you go. There's the fur. And then just to create more depth to go around the back. This is a very simple tutorial, but usually I will duplicate the ones that are here, the straight ones, because it is in June. And I'll just mask these out. So you don't want them to distract from this silhouette, so usually I will just, you can leave them like this, or what I like to do sometimes is just kind of like make them flow the back of the head. Yeah, and then you duplicate all these. So split and mask just because they're all the same group. Just move. It's a bit more messy than I would usually do it, but you can get really close with just these like simple techniques, which I highly recommend doing. I'm gonna push these up a little bit. I want these to kind of be the filler between the two, because like usually the fur will fall into like these plates. You see, there's be like one and then it falls. Like if you ever look at your cat or dog or whatever, he'll have these shifts, like tectonic, wherever the skin bends, like on the back of the head or what have you. And yeah, that's what I'm just like recreating here. There you go. Just mirror and weld it to get the other side. Same with these. Someone just sneezed. Alrighty. And yeah, just be careful when you're mirror and welding. If it's too close to the center, it'll be weird. I usually to duplicate and then mirror it sometimes. You saw with these, because I want to get that asym look on the neck. I'll take more time with this. Basically how I go about fur. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, this is how I did all my fur. Ta-da! And you can too now. Yippee! Thank you so much for watching. I would like to thank my Patreon supporters who make all this possible. Without them, I would have zero incentive to be making these long-form tutorials. They really do incentivize me, and so I would love for you to join. We have feedback channels and a lovely community. I usually points. I'm just but like, you know, just so just like just you can just so these can like for like and then because like so just like but yeah, like, but yeah, that's just like the you know, like it's like it's just, you know, so to so I just, you know, so like do like, you know, like, oh my god, this is time. Just yeah. But yeah.